There we go. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, I'm Rick Albers. I'm a old retired fire chief. Been around this business about 45 years. And what you're looking at here is a 1976 Mack Hamerly body and a Thibault 100-foot aerial ladder. So it's kind of a hybrid. It's a one-of-a-kind, and it was custom built for Harrods Creek Fire Department in 1976. And they used it as their frontline truck company until about 1995, when it was replaced by a newer rig, which was a big Nova Quintec Skyarm monster. And they sold it to a fire academy up in Pennsylvania, and they kept it there to train students for quite a few years. And then, I'm going to guess about 5 years ago, they put it up for sale. It was replaced, and somebody that owned a car lot bought it as a gimmick, and they parked it on their car lot, used it for advertising, and it did that for about a year. And then this young fella up in the mountains of Virginia bought it, who was a former firefighter, and he took it down there and did some parades with it and events like this. And then I happened to see it on the internet for sale, and a buddy of mine and I, a friend of mine named Phil Shadd, who served on the Harrods Creek Fire Department for 45 years and was on the committee that spec'd this truck originally, he told him about it, and we went in halfers on it because my wife wasn't going to let me spend the money for the whole thing. And we went to see it, and the guy wanted a little too much for it, so we didn't buy it at the time. And about 6 months later he called and he'd cut his price in half, and we went and bought it, went to Virginia, bought it, and drove it home, and it drove like a dream. And we've done very little to it. It's all pretty much original. Everything works on it. The aerial ladder works. It's a straight ladder truck, no pump. And it was stripped of all equipment, so little by little we've been assembling some old period equipment and putting it back on there. And that's the story of it.
All right. Just give me a little walk around here.
Yeah. Typical dirty old cab of a Mack CF.
Even got the old air mask up there.
Yeah, I've got one on here. I've got gathered about 3 or 4 others to stick on here. And good old cruise seats. Notice it's not fully enclosed 4-door or air conditioned.
Oh, sure it is.
Yeah,
the air conditioning's always on.
Right. You can't turn it off. People say, well, what'd you do when it was snowing and raining? You just grin and bear it.
Yep.
And the compartments, there's not much in them, I mean, but they're big. I mean, it's designed to carry a lot of. We used to joke that, you know, this thing could be used as a camper too. You can sleep in the compartments, but there's stuff, a little bit of stuff around it, different places. I think there's some equipment in here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, a bunch of old air bottles and a ventilation fan.
Good old smoke ejector.
Yeah.
You know?
Those are old.
Yeah. I'd say those air cylinders are probably 20 plus years old, and that thing is probably about 45 or 50 years old. It goes way back.
Wow.
There's just junk in this compartment. Yeah.
Yep.
There may be some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Not much in here.
Yeah. These are the outriggers that for the torque box come down to stabilize it when the ladder's up. There's a hose bed up there that carried a 100-foot section of 3-inch hose, because when you use the ladder pipe at the end of the aerial, you had to lay your own hose up to supply it. Now they everything nowadays is pre-piped.
Yeah.
So they don't have to do that.
Got a bunch of ladders back here.
Ladders, yeah. It's missing a couple. Slowly but surely we're collecting some to put back on there. Missing the pipe poles. There's the turntable to operate the aerial. And it's a 100-foot ladder. For its age, it's surprisingly
Yeah.
beefy.
While you're at Home Depot, why don't you?
And it's starting to, you know, come up with a few of the old knickknacks, the old Huck's bar right there. You don't see much.
Yeah, I've never seen one of those before.
Yeah, it's got a kind of a combination tool, you know, pry tool, and it's got those are for two different types of hydrant operating nuts.
Yeah.
You can knock a lock cylinder out with that.
And those floodlights?
Yeah, they're old Circle D's. Used a lot of those over the years. They're, you know, they're tough, very tough. You know, you can beat them up. Can't really hurt them other than bust the bulb. So not much on here right now, but we're getting there, little by little.
Yep.
Little Scott pack up there.
Yeah, I see that.
An old inverter.
Oh, I wonder what that was.
Yeah, it's got two big 110-volt lights up on the side here. You can flip that on while your engine's running, and even while you're driving down the road, and light things up pretty good.
All right, well, thank you very
You're
much for the
welcome.
tour. I appreciate
Glad
it.
to do it anytime.
All right.